Hi, this is Andy from Trailhead Supply in Kalispell, Montana. We want to take a few minutes today and show you how to mani. We get questions on a daily basis coming into the store, either by email or Facebook Messenger or phone calls. You know, how to do this, how to do that, what do we think about this? We'd love to be a resource out there for you. We'd love to help you get out on the trail. So today we're going to talk about maniing, and we're going to start with the very basics of maniing so that you guys can practice at home. When I teach 4-H classes, I hand everybody a bar of soap, a washcloth, and some baling twine, because the concept's the same, just on a smaller version. So if you're stuck in an office and you're listening to the boss yammer away on the speakerphone on a conference call, practice maniing with your bar of soap. So there's two key components to maniing. There's the Manty, which is a 7 by 8 foot piece of canvas. We like 18-ounce, unhemmed, untreated. You really don't want treated canvas, because if you're lucky enough to get an elk down and you're packing the quarters out, that material that they treat that canvas with could taint the meat of that elk. So we don't want to take a chance of doing that. And the other key component is mani rope. Mani rope is 3/8 of an inch. The books that you've probably read how to pack tell you to make them out of 33 feet pieces of rope. 100-foot piece, cut it into thirds. By the time you back braid it, etc., you end up with about a 32-foot finished piece of rope. There's nothing more aggravating than not having enough rope. So on when you are building your mani loads, you want them to be the size of a bale of hay so you have a visual, a reference point. Shoot for the size of a bale of hay. So on your mani rope, one end's going to have a back braided eye in it. The other one is just going to be back braided. At Trailhead Supply, we cut all of our rope at 38 feet. That's enough to do a full bale of hay. So when you get that rope and you have your eye in your back splice or end splice, you're going to pull that rope through that eye. That's going to create a loop. That becomes very important here momentarily. So on your 7 by 8 foot piece of canvas, here's what I want you to do when you get one. The first thing I want you to do is, on one side, I want you to paint your name, your brand, something to identify that it's yours. That way it doesn't mysteriously end up in your packing partner's horse trailer. Number one. Number two, we're going to call that the dirty side. That always goes to the ground, because when you're working around stock, you have manure, you got mud, you got yada, yada, yada. That always keeps the dirty side to the ground. That way, the manure does not end up in that $500 down sleeping bag that you're going to crawl into later today. So then you're going to take your bale of hay, set it in the middle of your mani, kitty corner, corner to corner. Now, we're going to have future videos coming out here in the near future, so you're going to want to come back and check on how to mani up tools, how to mani up duffel, how to mani up weird stuff. But bale of hay, everybody packs feed. You're going to take the bottom, the tail end of your mani, and you're going to pull it and work out, make sure that there's no wrinkles, ripples, or puckers in that canvas. Keep it tight. It does a couple of things. One, when it's up against your animal, it doesn't have a big wad back there that's going to rub funny and wear a hole into it. Two, it's crisp, it's clean, it's tight, doesn't come loose. So we're going to pull the bottom up tight, hold it with our knee. Then we're going to take our canvas and we're going to pull it tight against our bale of hay. Then we're going to take our other side and bring it up. And what you're really shooting for in the bottom is almost a hospital corner on a bed. You want a big tail to come up to start with, and then your two ends to fold over. What that's going to do is it's going to create closure at the bottom so that your fishing pole doesn't slide out. I find more fly rods laying on the trail because the manties are loose. Now, on the top, we're going to tuck it in. Pull it down tight. Now we're going to take our manty rope, our big loop. The eye will face you, face down towards the bottom, because then you could pull and you have leverage to pull the rope tight. If it's facing the other way, you'll never get it tight pulling away from yourself. It goes around in the middle. You want that eye to be just over the edge from the top to the front, and you pull all the slack out. Don't be afraid about getting it too tight or breaking something inside your load. If you're worried about breaking something, probably shouldn't be in the backcountry. Then we're going to throw a half hitch. Pull all the slack out. You're going to be about 1/3 of the way down your load. Pull it back to the middle. Do it again. Pull all the slack out. Pull it back to the middle. Turn around, do it from the bottom. Back to the middle. Roll your pack up. Come all the way around. Now what we've done is we've got a cross at the top. Top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left. We're going to push a loop from the top right to the bottom left. There's our loop. Then we're going to take another loop, push the loop through the loop. If it gets too long, you can just adjust your loop length, but you do want it long enough that you can tuck it underneath your middle rope. Take and throw a half hitch around that. We're going to tuck that in. It's all secured. Now on a safety note, we folded left then right to start this load. It's created a seam down this side. This one has no seam. So that one you want to throw on the right side of your mule. So when going down the trail, there's less for a branch or something to catch and snag your load. So this load's ready to go. From here, we'd weigh it and then load it on the animal. Again, we hope you enjoyed the video. We hope you learned something from the video today. Make sure that you share it, you like it, and most importantly, you subscribe to Trailhead Supply. Bottom of this screen, there's a red subscribe button. Click it, you won't miss a single video. Come back and check out more videos from Trailhead Supply as we continue down the Manty Trail. Next week, tools. Have a good time. See you on the trail.